Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to Inside Lacrosse's annual holiday video. Is that what we call this? Mark Dixon, Quint Mark. Before we get things started, I want to congratulate Mark. Earlier this month, he had his own bobblehead day. See that, Dixie?
Check it out.
Congratulations.
I think it has too much hair, though, quite frankly. But I got you something too, Quint.
Oh, thank you.
I don't want.
Oh, wow.
I know you're going to make a comeback.
I know, going to make a comeback.
Had to find a stick that matches your age.
Quick
hands.
This year's theme, we're going to be giving holiday gifts, not to one another. Mark's got enough socks from a couple years ago. We're going to be actually giving gifts to current teams right now, things they may enjoy over the holidays and then into the spring season.
Yeah, season's right around the corner. Face-Off yearbook is out right now. My first gift goes to the University of North Carolina, and that's Quint some quarterfinal mojo. The Tar Heels have not been to the national semifinals since 1993. So along those lines, I think I might ship them the DVD collection of Syracuse quarterfinal games and Duke quarterfinal games. The Blue Devils have been to 8 straight.
It's been a grind for the Tar Heels. My first gift to Syracuse, the Orange. Last year struggled in the face-off department. Alex Smith just released a book on how to face off. It's called 50 Ways to Cheat and Win a Draw, and we're going to ship that right up to Coach John Desko. The forwards by Jeff Snyder, and there's some Anthony Kelly chapters in there as well. Dixie, what do you got next?
Next, I'm going to go with the Loyola Greyhounds, and what I'm going to give Coach Toomey and his Evergreen boys are name tags for the offense. They lose Mike Sawyer, such a potent goal scorer, and they lose their entire first midfield: Chris Lane, Sean O'Sullivan, and Davis Butts. Justin Ward, arguably their best player coming back offensively, but they're going to have to find some new midfielders. So the name tags for the offense, some new faces up on Charles Street this year.
You talk new faces. I'm going to talk old faces at Duke University. I've got a pair of Depends and dentures for Casey Carroll, who hopefully will make it back this year. Casey Carroll, I believe he's 28 years old right now. Played a long time ago in the championships and tried to make a comeback last year. Hurt his knee. Looks like he's going to make another attempt at it with that extra year of eligibility he has after serving in the military. Huge story in college lacrosse, who Casey Carroll is, what he stands for, and it's great to see him back. And the Depends and dentures will certainly help a 28-year-old.
Notre Dame. I'm going to give those guys an alarm clock for the second half of the season. The Irish, typically dominant in the first half of the season. Last year in particular, they faded down the stretch, had to come back from fourth quarter deficits against Georgetown, Villanova, and then who can forget the Detroit Titans, the first round NCAA game. So Notre Dame, guys, great first couple weeks of the season, but then kind of fall off in the second half. So an alarm clock to keep you guys up and at 'em in the second half of lacrosse.
Remember the Titans. My next gift goes to Albany. Last year, lit up scoreboards to the tune of more than 16 goals per game. A generator. In Maryland, we had the derecho a couple summers ago. My house lost power for a full week, and I went out and bought a generator. Scotty Moore needs a generator when he goes to opposing stadiums so that they don't blow the scoreboard up.
Oh, the Thompson trio, just unbelievable, put points up with the best of them. I'm going to talk about warmth right now. St. John's at UMass in Amherst, Massachusetts, on January 25th. A big game, the Red Storm taking on the Minutemen, but an outside game in the Northeast, let alone in Amherst, Massachusetts. Long Johns, heaters, and some Parkers for the Red Storm and the Minutemen.
Pardon my tie, Dixie. Sorry about that.
Penn State, what I'd like to see out of the Nittany Lions is more midfield scoring and some help for Tom Lacrosse. Put up 28 points last year, but when you look at that attack, TJ Sanders is back. You've got Shane Sturgis is back as well, but they need some midfield punch. When you look at that freshman core of middies coming in with Nick Aponte, Nick Mazza, and Mike Sutton, Coach Jeff Tambroni and the Penn State Nittany Lions just might get my gift to you, which is the midfield scoring.
How about a T-shirt? Tommy Lacrosse, kind of like Johnny Football.
I'm on board.
The next gift to the Maryland squad. John Tillman's going to bring in a very talented freshman class. Diapers, Binky, formula. I like the Binky, though, the teething device the best for some Maryland freshmen who are going to see some time right from the start.
Oh, absolutely, and they need help at attack as well, and the likes of Rambo, Heacock, and Rotans, etc. are going to pay dividends, hopefully. The Harvard Crimson, I'm going to go into the Ivy League, and really, for Harvard, what I wish for them is peace and quiet. They had a year last year where some young men left school, and then they had a rash of injuries right when they were starting to get their momentum momentum going with really a patch-up lineup for Coach Wojcik. So really I wish nothing for Harvard, and that's a good thing because a little bit too much activity last year during the offseason, then during the regular season for the Harvard Crimson.
You said they had a rash?
It could have been.
Mark, I hope the fans at home understand that our gifts are in the holiday spirit, so to speak. We love all the programs, players, coaches, not the refs, though.
No, of course not. You can't throw the refs in there. But come on, what's the matter with you? It's a holiday season. Just give it out. But yes, utmost respect for all the coaches, players, and programs, all in jest for this holiday season. InsideLacrosse.com/ or / winter 14.
/ That's a minute penalty.
And that's why you need the refs to call that.
InsideLacrosse.com / 1 minute foul. Winter 14. Log on for these socks. These red, white, and blue USA themed socks with the Inside Lacrosse logo. Mark, the socks we gave you a couple years ago.
I could have used those. I got all white athletic socks. I could have used the little piping in there. I haven't even opened half of them. I got so many socks that year. Unbelievable. Digital face-off yearbook. Inside Lacrosse has gone high-tech, so for your smartphone, for your tablet, get your top 10, get your preseason All-Americans, all your conference information, all digitized in 2014.
I rely on that product probably more than any product in the whole lacrosse realm because it's got schedules, it's got rosters, it's got last year's stats, it's got D2, D3, the full stats from last year, and then some positional rankings and unit rankings in the front that I've always found to be extremely useful.
You rely on that more than a pink grill penny?
I rely on that
back in the day.
Lot. You'd be shocked. By the end of the year, it's like a worn-out rag. This is not a worn-out rag. This is Inside Lacrosse magazine. This is also available digitally. If you've got a young lacrosse player in your family or maybe a nephew or a niece or neighbor who's into the sport, this is essential. It's got great instruction, all news items covering the college game, the pro game, the indoor game, the women's game, and then I love the editorials. Pete Lozani does a great job in the back. Those are must-read columns.
Love the IL gear in there, the latest information on equipment, uniforms, that kind of thing, so you're always looking good. Talk about looking good, Mr. Rob Pennell, 2014 Inside Lacrosse calendar. Always a must-have for the young lacrosse fan. Great to put under the tree. All the action shots on the back.
Under the tree.
Keep track of everything you need here.
Under the tree.
2014 Inside Lacrosse calendar.
Dixon's birthday is January 8th, by the way. There's a head shot of him in there on the 8th.
Elvis's birthday as well.
Throwing a flag on someone for a /.
There you go. Happy holidays, everybody. From Quint, Mark, Tree. Inside Lacrosse wishes you nothing but health and happiness this holiday season.